So this is our next example. So in addition to your handout, here is another example. No? Under this case, you are required to find I using superposition theorem. That is, I is equivalent to the component of I due to your 12 volts plus the component of I due to your 5 amperes plus the component of I due to your 16 volts. Under superposition, you need to consider one source after the other. Meaning, una, consider mo yung 12 volts, replace your 5 amperes and 16 volts by their equivalent internal resistance. After that, you consider your 12 volts and 16 volts. And the last is you consider your 16 volts. If you have read your handout regarding superposition, ideally, all current sources must be replaced by an open circuit and all voltage sources must be replaced by a short circuit. In short, these are the internal resistances. You replace your current and voltage sources by their equivalent internal resistance. The internal resistance of a current source ideally is an infinite resistance. Or that is an open circuit. For a voltage source, that is a very small resistance, or ideally it is a short circuit. Okay, so let us consider now your I12 or the current due to your 12 volts. Supposing that this is denoted by I prime, this one is I double prime, and the other one is I triple prime. Okay, so first let us try to fab your I prime. Replace your 5 amperes with an open circuit, your 16 volts by a short circuit. This is how your circuit will look like. Plus minus, open circuit, and short circuit. Correct? So 12 volts, 2 ohms, 3, 5, and 4 ohms. We are looking for a current coming from terminal 1 to terminal 2. So using the double subscript notation, your I is equivalent to I12. The double subscript is the initial point and terminal 2 is the final point. That is how you will try to read our double subscript notation. Okay, so in this case, the actual direction of current can easily be indicated. We can indicate the actual direction of current. Total current supplied by your voltage source of 12 volts is from left to right. The current in your 4 ohms is downward. The current in your 3 ohms is left to right, as well as in your 5 ohms. Yan lang, no? This is our terminal 1 and terminal 2. So we are looking here actually for a current coming from terminal 2 and terminating in terminal 1. So it is your I21 prime. So what is your I21 prime? First is you need to find the total resistance. So this is 4 times 3 plus 5 divided by 4 plus 3 plus 5. This group is in series with 2 ohms plus 2. Yeah. So that is 4 times 8 divided by 4 plus 8. plus 2, and that is 4.667 ohms. So the total current as obtained and given by Ohm's law is divided by 12, that is 2.571 amperes. So the current here is 2.571 amperes. And you can find your I-21 by simply applying your current divider rule. So by current divider rule, your I-21 prime is 2.571. Multiply this with 4 ohms divided by 4 plus 3 plus 5 using your current divider. Okay? So I-21 is times 4 divided by 4 plus 8. That is 0.857 amperes. 0.857 amperes. So therefore, your I-21 prime is 0.857 amperes. So we are through in considering your 12 volts. How do we interpret your 0.857? Your 0.857 is the part of the is a part of I, but it is not yet your I, because your 0.857 amperes is just due to one source, which is your 12 volts. Next that we will try to consider also is the current coming from your 5 amperes. Okay, let us try to redraw your figure. Yan. Okay, we will try to replace this with a short circuit. Okay, our current source, short circuit again. This is your terminal 1 and terminal 2, 5 amperes, 5 ohms, 3, 2, and 4 ohms. Okay? If we will try to determine now the direction of current, your 5 amperes will split into 2 branches. One part of it is into your 5 ohms. It is in the direction of left to right. The other part will go into your 3 ohms as well as into this parallel group. The current here is downward. Yan, pababa. They will be joining together and return to the source. The same is true with the other one. That is the correct current flow. So we need to find your I-12 double prime. So our I-12 double prime can be easily obtained by applying your current divider rule. So your I-12 double prime is 5 amperes times 5, correct, divided by 5 plus this series parallel combination. So that is 5 all over 5 plus 3 plus 4 times 2 divided by 4 plus 2. That is your I-12 double prime. Okay. So if we will try next to obtain the value, that will be 2.679 amperes. 2.679 amperes. Okay? So the component currents that we have obtained so far is I21, that is 0.857, and I12 double prime. Okay, lagyan natin dito sa taas. So this is your I21 prime, that is 0.857. Then your I12 double prime, that is 2.679 amperes. Okay, next, let us try to find also the component current that is due to your 16 volts. So solving for I triple prime, this one is short circuited, 4 ohms, then open circuit. Yan, 16 volts. This is terminal 1 and terminal 2. That is your 2 ohms, 3 ohms, 5 ohms, and 4 ohms. Okay, so if we will just the same indicate the correct current directions. Current supply here is from right to left, right to left. This one is downward, right to left. Okay, so this is your I12 triple prime. Your I12 triple prime is actually the total current coming from your 16 volts. So by Ohm's law, your I12 triple prime is equivalent to 16 divided by the total resistance, which is 3 plus 5 plus 2 times 4 all over 2 plus 4. This is your I12 triple prime. Okay, so that is 16 divided by 8 plus 8 divided by 6, that is 1.714 amperes. So the three component currents are already obtained. All we have to do is to determine and substitute everything into our general equation. So your I is the component current due to your 12 volts. That is your I12 prime, supposedly. This is your I12 prime. We also have here your I12 double prime. Then this is your I12 triple prime. However, what we do not have is your I21 prime. But your I21 and I12 prime are negative reciprocals. So this is 0.857 plus your I12 double prime, that is 2.679 plus your I12 triple prime, that is 1.714. So your I is equivalent to the, okay, this one is supposedly negative because what we have is I21 instead of I12. So that is negative 0.857 plus 2.679 plus 1.714. That is 3.536 amperes. Okay? O, ilagay natin rito sa taas. I is 3.536 amperes. Because it is also possible to counter-check the result by solving this with other means. Supposing that we will try to solve this using your loop analysis and try to check whether that current is really the current in the given circuit. Okay, let us try to recheck. by assigning your loop current. The circulating current here is denoted by A. This one is B. The other one is C. Okay, where do we formulating? Where are we for how should we be deriving your loop current equations? One is coming from your loop current equation at loop A. The other one is from the 5 ampere current source. And of course, the last is by applying your KVL in the outside path at loop X. Dito. At loop X. Okay, let's have your loop current equation at loop X. At loop X, that is negative 6A plus 4B, correct? Negative 6A plus 4B plus 12 is 0. So negative 6A plus 4B is negative 12. Equation 1. Next, at the 5 ampere current source, at the 5 ampere current source, this is C minus B is equivalent to 5, or negative B plus C is 5. Equation 2. And KVL at the indicated loop. KVL at loop X, tracing clockwise, that is 12 volts minus 2A minus 3B minus 5C minus 16 is 0. Therefore, negative 2A minus 3B minus 5C is positive 4. Okay, you can make use of your calculator to solve for your A, B, and C, or you can start your substitution. C is equivalent to B plus 5. Okay, so if we start by substituting equation 2 to equation 1, or equation 2 to equation 3 rather, okay, we will have negative 2A minus 3B minus 5 times B plus 5, and this is equivalent to 4. Negative 2A minus 3B minus 5B minus 25 is 4. If we combine this, negative 2A minus 8B is 29. This is equation number 4. We already have used equations 2 and equation 3. Okay? So out of equation 4, we can express your A in terms of B. Negative 2A is equivalent to 29 plus 8B. So A is negative 14.5 minus 4B. This is equation 5. Let us try to substitute equation 5 to equation 1 to obtain negative 6 times negative 14.5 minus 4B plus 4B is negative 12, and this will be (87) minus 24B plus 4B is negative 12. Negative 20B, correct, is negative 12 minus 87. So the value of B is 4.95. Okay? Ganyan lang. Using your loop analysis. So, the value of B here is, mali yung pagkakasubstitute. You will try to solve, no? The value of B is negative 3.536 amperes. Okay? If you will try to take a look, if you try to isolate your 3 ohms, this is your 3 ohms, that is your I, this is our B, no? Your I is actually the negative of B, because I and B are opposite in terms of directions. So this is negative of negative 3.536. So your I is the same, that is 3.536 amperes, just the same. Okay? Dito lang sa pag-substitute ang may mali. Negative 8B 29. Okay? Any questions before we will proceed with our next example?